Hi everyone, this is Lisa from the Rhinestone World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to brush in and press this small football rhinestone decal using our rhinestones and Bling Anything decal material. It's the perfect project for football season that's right around the corner. Here is my workstation. I'm using just a chalkboard from Hobby Lobby, really easy to work with. And here's my first color. So this was cut on our magic flock. This is one of our designs on our website. So this is a small football design, and I'm going to put in my first color. So this is called Topaz. It's a great base for a football. So we're gonna go ahead, dump these stones on. And the trick to rhinestones is to put more rhinestones down than you think you need, because the rhinestones are going to work with each other to fill in these spots. So we're gonna do small circles, and with a very light touch, brush these in. So we're gonna go through here and brush in these stones. So now you can see almost all the holes are filled. We're just gonna continue on. And then once our stones are in, I'm gonna place my brush flat and gently brush to the side to get these extras out of here, okay? So we're all set here. And so at this point, you could take your magic scoop and clean up your rhinestones. But for this, I'm just going to bring this to the side and get ready for my next color. So the trick with a two-color design is you need to make a hinge when you work with it. So I'm going to cut this piece of acrylic hot fix tape wider than my design. And the acrylic hot fix tape comes on a paper backing. It's on our website at therhinestoneworld.com, and it's made to withstand the heat of your heat press. So this is our transfer tape basically. You do not want to use the transfer tape for your decals though, because it will melt in the press. This acrylic tape is made to withstand the heat of the heat press. So what we need to do is we need to put our tape down, but leave enough room on the side to make a hinge. So we're going to do a whole bunch of space on this side, smooth it down, and then drop down your tape. So when you're working with this tape, whenever you go to put your tape down on your stones, you want to make sure you're committing. If you accidentally touch some of the stones and then move your tape, then you've shifted your design and you have to start over. And this is how we do our two colors. So we have our first color down. We're going to lift this up, and you can see I have one remaining here. That's because I accidentally had an extra stone. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out this extra stone, and we're going to smooth it. And just go ahead and grab that little guy. Now we're all set. So we have one left here. So if you ever have stones left behind, that's okay. You can just flip it back down and grab it. So now that we have this, I'm going to use my tape, put it to the side, and now it's all set. Now here's my second color. So these boxes are the same size. This is treated like we have a registration mark. So if we stack these boxes right on top of each other, it basically sets up our alignment for us. So we're going to go line up these boxes and check it out. You don't see any black in there, which means you're not going to see any stones. So I'm going to take my next color, which is just going to be our normal crystal. These are SS10 rhinestones, and SS10 is a 3mm rhinestone. That's your most common size of rhinestone. So again, we're going to put a pile on here, and then I'm going to do my small circles and gently brush this into place. And again, your materials matter. So the magic flock is perfect for rhinestones. They fall right into place. And you can see I was missing one, so I brought a small little pile on top, did a small circle, and then I was all set to go. So now that's my second color. I'm just going to bring my brush to the side to make sure all my stragglers are gone. All right, so we're all set with this. And so this is where the registration marks and using a hinge comes into play. Everything is essentially in the same spot. So once I bring this over, it fills in my space. So look at that. So we have this all set. So now I can take my tape up. All the stones are up. And until I'm ready to press, I'm going to put it back on this paper backing just to keep it safe. And I have this extra paper backing from cutting. I'm going to go ahead and store my templates on the paper backing, okay? Don't store it on the tape part. It'll stay pretty well on the tape, but this paper backing is pretty good. You can put it right on there. So now, once I'm done with this, you can reuse this over and over again. So I'll just keep this in little sheet protectors in a binder, and then I'll be all set to go. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my heat press, and then I'll be ready to make my decal. Now we're ready for the decal part. Here is my rhinestone transfer, and here is the Bling Anything decal material. So this is a heat decal material that we press our rhinestones onto. Because these rhinestones are hot fixed stones, they need to be adhered to something by heat. Now this has a dull side and a shiny side, okay? So this is almost like a really big piece of sticker paper that we can put our rhinestones on. So this is the paper backing we peel up, which means we're going to apply our rhinestones to this size. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim down our tape to be closer to our design. So we want to leave a little bit of space because we're going to use this tape to smooth it down onto our decal material. We don't need too much. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it like this, and then we're all set like that. I'm going to get rid of this, move it to the side. Now here's my design, and here's my decal material. Remember, shiny side. So let's go ahead and grab my transfer, and I'm going to smooth it on to the material like this. So I'm using the tape to kind of seal it onto here, and you can see my design is set on here. Now one thing to remember is the tape needs to stay within the confines of your decal material. This right here will be heat pressed, and if your tape goes past it, it can potentially melt this decal material and it will pull up the whole sheet, including your rhinestones. So you want to make sure you keep it within there. Now, rhinestone decals are a little bit different than our typical shirt press. Typically with the shirt, you're going to do 335 degrees. With this, I'm going to do 325 degrees, and I'm going to be pressing it upside down. This is because I want the heat to hit the back of the glue first. So I'm going to put my protective cover sheet down on the press. This is a nice smooth one that we have on our website at rhinestoneworld.com. I'm going to fold it over so that both the top and the bottom of the decal is covered. So I'm going to bring down my heat press. I'm using a Stahl's Max Press. It's the 15 by 15 model on our website. And I'm going to bring it down for 10 seconds. Now that was my first 10 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And their decal is going to be very hot. So we're going to grab our decal material and we're going to flip it over. So now the shiny part is facing up. We have the colors facing up. And now we're going to press this for 5 seconds. So we have 5 seconds. Again, it's going to be very hot, so be careful. So this came up with the top of my cover sheet. I'm going to go over, and we have it right here. And so we have our decal all set. So right now, this is the decal material with the hot fix tape on top. So we're going to go ahead and find our hot fix tape. So I have it right here. We can peel this up. So here's our tape. And now if you look closely at these rhinestones, you'll see that they have a small ring on the outside of it. That's good. That means we have a good press. And what we're looking for is that the glue of the decal material comes up and around the rhinestones to seal them. So if your rhinestones look like they're simply just sitting on the material, you will need to repress it with more pressure. So now we're all set to cut this. When this material is hot, it's going to be a little bit flimsy. So we're going to let it cool down a little bit and then it will become more substantial. And so if you look closely at the stones, you'll see that there's a line around here where it's smooth and then it gets bumpy again. So when we go to trim our decal, we want to trim right on this line. So I'm going to go ahead and cut right here. So we don't want to cut any closer than this, because if you cut closer, you could break the bond between the rhinestone and the decal material. It's kind of like, you know, cutting up the glue that holds it together. So we're going to keep going. We're almost done with this. And so once you have that, you have your decal all set to sell or give to someone or place on your car. So right now it looks like we have, you know, a white decal. Well, this color you see here is actually the sticker paper. So if we go ahead and peel back the sticker paper, you'll see that the decal itself is clear. So we'll go like this, and we'll just grab this paper here. And so now you'll see that my rhinestone decal is clear. So you can apply it on your car, your laptop, any hard surface that you can't apply rhinestones to normally. So a lot of times, you know, I've never seen someone heat press their car. So a rhinestone decal is a great option for that. So if you have any more questions, you could call or email us at therhinestoneworld.com. If you liked this video, make sure you click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you'd like to see more videos using rhinestone production, click here and make sure you like and comment on the video to let us know what you think.